to be about all of the various movies that we saw for the summer of 2012.
Really don't think of what to do with your arms.
These are all minus one ticket stub, I believe. All of the ticket stubs for the summer. So I'm going to pick them at random, and we're going to discuss them. I believe that we all saw the movies that I have here. If we didn't, whatever.
Any reason why you have weights around your desk?
It keeps the desk from moving. That and I'm lazy and we're just there. Okay, so the first movie that I have picked here is Abraham, which is the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Did you see that movie?
Was not present.
I saw it.
Billy saw it. What'd you think?
I liked it.
For those of you that don't know, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is a movie about Abraham Lincoln and he fights vampires.
It's actually based off a book.
Sounds like a
Based
giant
off real life.
crock
No.
of shit.
This movie, you can't talk about because you didn't see it.
I said sounds. I didn't
Did
say
you see it?
I said sounds.
Did you see it, though?
Nope.
Okay, so, like, you weren't there with us, but you didn't see it. He didn't see it at all.
Nope.
The movie is one of those kinds of movies where you just literally just say, fuck history, fuck the real world, and just go and see it. It had some good moments, in my opinion, but it was kind of a letdown for what I was expecting, because it was really, really hyped. Billy, what did you think about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
No, I liked it. You know, I think it's kind of the movie where you kind of shut off your brain a bit and just
Like
watch
every
it.
movie.
Just
we say.
enjoy. There's movies you think about, and then there's movies that just action movies you kind of think about it. Not think about it. Just kind of watch. Just watch it. Just kind of try to enjoy it.
CBS News. I'm Walter Cronkite.
Okay,
Why do I sound like Sean Connery?
next one.
Because you are Sean Connery.
Oh my god, Total Recall.
Total refill of
We
shit.
saw this on August 4th. Wow, really? That was a month ago already?
Oh,
Fuck.
wow.
Yep.
Damn.
Total Recall, the remake of the actually really
Oh,
good
you should be due for the period,
1987 movie with Arnold.
Coming up next week?
Isn't
What?
your period due?
2 days?
What?
I just had mine last week.
No.
Fuck
Thanks for
off.
asking.
Okay,
When's
so
yours?
it never happens.
Are we coordinated?
No.
Oh, okay.
So come on, be a little more serious than that. Total Recall. Did you see it?
I did.
What'd you think?
You gotta keep your eyes open. I thought Total Recall was a total reflop. It was awful. I haven't seen the original, but that's a great pain.
You
I'm
never
glad you
saw
bought
the
that when we went to
original?
Martha's Vineyard.
You never saw the original
Um,
Total Recall.
Never saw the original, but I taught Putty Cat. I did. No, I really did think that the Total Recall that we saw recently, August 4th, was just a shitty movie. It's the only movie that I actually fell asleep while watching.
All right. Well, I have seen the original Total Recall, which is based off of a book.
As have I.
And it's one of the
Wanna
better
fucking
Arnold
cookie or no?
movies. Come on. This movie, okay. There are some aspects of it that are really cool, like the CGI and the way that the future is designed. Fuck, stop it. Is kind of Blade Runner-esque, but
Never seen it.
in the movie they have these robotic policemen, I think they are,
Robotic.
that can't
policemen,
shoot worth shit,
soldiers.
and they're fucking robots.
They're kind of
like-
like the
Do you
Star.
like I Am Robot?
It's I Robot, not I Am Robot.
Oh.
This is not a review of individual films here, so I'm not going to really go into it. But in my opinion, Total Recall, the remake, number one was not necessary. Number two was reliant way too much on CGI. Number three, it tried to copy the original film and kind of do its own thing, and it just sucked at doing it. And I was not happy with the movie. I mean, again, some of the CGI and some of the visuals were pretty interesting and cool. I'll give it that. And I have nothing wrong with the actors who portray the characters, but the way that they were just written just sucked. Billy, what do you think?
I honestly thought it was one of the most boring movies I saw during the summer.
Yeah.
The car chase, which in the previews they made it like hyped up to be a really kind of cool car chase, it was actually boring. Like it felt like not necessarily. Sometimes car chases have like slow mo that makes it look cool. This case, it just felt like it was just dragging on.
Didn't they
and
actually
it's-
take their time to merge onto a highway like the correct way? in
Yeah,
the movie?
they actually. It was like
There's one big thing. There's a couple things I'm not talking about because I can't remember. But in the movie, they have this fucking elevator that takes you from England to Australia.
it takes
How the fuck do you build a fucking elevator that goes through the core of the Earth, or close to it,
Obama.
without the Earth collapsing. Like literally when they explained it, I was like, you can't do that, right? You can't drill. And it's
What
not
do
like
they
a little
call it?
tiny elevator that has like 4 people. It's a
forget what
big fucking like. It's basically the size of a skyscraper.
It goes through the core of the Earth. If that's any consolation.
It's stupid. Anyway, Total Recall,
It was
fucking
an awful movie.
let
Awful.
down.
Awful.
And I knew it was going to be one, but whatever.
Next,
Next.
what's the barber say?
The Dark Knight.
Oh, what a!
Dark Knight Rises.
If I could make love to any movie, it would be The Dark Knight. It was
please.
fantastic. The
Your
only
punishment
movie,
must be more severe.
must be more severe.
All right,
the only
so
movie that I think I know that you're running the show here, but the only movie that I think I have ever felt fulfilled after seeing was The Dark Knight. I thought there were a lot of great scenes. I thought it brought everything together, and especially the very end of it. I'm sorry for any of you that have already, haven't already.
spoiler
seen it.
Warning.
Yes.
You know, it's been like 3
Spoiler
months.
alert. Even though you're living a goddamn some type of bubble somewhere in East Uzbekistan.
Bane's a bad guy. Oh shit.
No offense to Uzbekistan, but it's the middle of nowhere. It introduced
Billy Spider.
It introduced Robin, and I mean that's a huge part of that movie, that movie genre. Robin's big. You got Batman, you got Robin. I mean,
Christopher Walken.
Hey, little
Robin's
man.
Robin's big.
Robin.
No,
is big.
I agree with him. But The Dark Knight Rises. You know, obviously.
Stop moving your goddamn foot. Stop it.
What was the last one called? The Dark Knight. Just The Dark Knight, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the second movie.
What was the second
Obviously,
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. The
What was
first
the
one
one
was
we saw?
Batman Begins.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of tricky.
that is true.
Coming off of The Dark Knight, obviously there was a lot of hype with this movie.
What was the first one?
Batman Begins. Right, like there's a lot of hype. People were really excited to see the last Batman movie of
And
this
you know
series.
what? Just for the sake of respect and everything, let's just have a quick moment of silence for those that were killed in Colorado. That awful shooting. If there was one person that had a license to carry and had their own gun, they could have ended that real quick. But unfortunately, those people
Are you
lost
really
their
getting
lives.
political?
No, just real quick. I just want a moment of silence. Just a couple seconds. Thank you. That was beautiful. Right.
I know, my silence is great. On the note of the shooting, I made a vlog about this before, but it was a terrible thing and it shouldn't have happened. And I completely deplore instances like that.
It was one hell of a thing to wake up to in the morning.
Yeah, I
You have
mean,
to-
it's one of those things where, you know, when you hear about, you know, a bomb overseas or even in our own country, oh, well, whatever. But we all go to the movies, right? We went to the movies every week almost this
Yes,
summer.
and Dark Knight Rises was the midnight showing we went to.
Yeah, so when we hear about there was a shooting, okay, well, shootings happen. Okay, people died. Well, people die all the time, but they died in a movie theater in America, not in like a big giant city, like in the middle of nowhere. It was like, oh shit.
What was actually scary about that seeing that in the morning is that it took place
The same
during
time
the
we were.
same time we were there in a midnight
Yeah.
showing.
So
So I'm taking a half a day for work, and I wake up.
because you saw the midnight show.
So I went to the midnight showing. I wake up. And my mom tells me, go watch the TV, go see the TV, and then I see this is on there. I'm like, almost in shock.
You
Like
don't have to look at the camera the whole time.
I'm not looking at.
I'm almost like I'm in shock, just kind of like, what the hell?
It's almost like it was almost the same feeling of 9/11, only a little lower scale. Mainly for me, at least, just because it was your average people seeing a movie in a theater.
Can we
It just-
sidetrack and talk about embassies?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right.
No, not in this video.
But if I
It's gonna
can-
be too long to get all these movies.
Okay.
I'd like
to say
we
that-
will though. We will again. We'll get back to them.
So The Dark Knight, you know, we went into this knowing that it was the last Batman directed by Christopher Nolan, the last in this trilogy, the last for Christian Bale, and of course, you know, Heath Ledger playing the Joker, which he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Not even getting into the debate of who's the best Joker, Mark Hamill or Jack Nicholson, or Heath Ledger.
Jack Nicholson.
But I would honestly say Mark Hamill, voice-wise. But the movie was good. I'm not gonna say it was personally. My vote is I'm not gonna say it was better than The Dark Knight. Mainly because the story itself wasn't as easily followed. Like, for instance, you think of The Dark Knight. What's The Dark Knight? The Joker,
It's a
has a
Joker.
plan.
Yeah.
You know, he wants
Joker
to.
really is not
He just
supposed
wants to watch the world burn.
He really doesn't have a plan.
No.
He's-
But
Wants
he,
to blow
but
up
you
it.
know about the story. Like when you watch the movie, you know what happened.
Mhm.
You know, he turned Harvey around, Two-Face. You know, he set the fairy bombs,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. In this movie, it's kind of like, wait, who? You know, it wasn't as defined. Bane, played by Tom Hardy, Tom Hardy did a great job, but everybody talks about it. Some of the stuff that he says, it's like, I can't fucking understand you. Can you talk louder or whatever?
I didn't really enjoy his villain.
Yeah, I
He was
enjoyed him as a villain, and I told you guys both of you guys, when, if you haven't seen the movie yet, spoiler, when he's talking to Batman before he breaks his back, and he's like, oh, I have this plan, and he fucking blows the C4, and it turns out that he's been building his base under, I guess you'd call it Batman's
It's
vault,
Right
where
under
all of his stuff
It's
is.
pretty much
Yeah.
right under.
I
Wayne Enterprises.
literally-
shell-shocked
I was
when
like,
you said
oh
that.
shit.
Mm.
It was right
No,
under
Batman-
Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah, and Gotham is like fucked. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is a different
Yeah.
ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's one thing to have, manpower
Mhm.
and being smart. Because Bane's a smart guy,
Mhm.
apparently. But when they show basically breaking into the civilian-ish Batcave,
Right.
I sat there going, okay, this is a little bit different here.
That's when you realize that all those Batmobiles are going to be used for
Well,
evil
yeah,
purposes now.
but
Yeah.
it's just Bane is that smart. I
the
mean,
Rumbler, is that what it's called?
The
yeah,
Tumbler.
the Tumbler.
Tumbler.
But
Rumbler, same
from
difference, but
what I remember reading, in the comics and in the original, more of the original Batman cartoons, some of that, Batman was actually, not Batman, Bane was actually supposed to be a very intelligent villain. But then,
which he is in the movie.
yeah,
Because
but-
he thinks about all,
So
He
most
gets
peop-
beaten up so bad, that's why he has to wear that mask.
yeah,
he
'cause
wears the mask because it gives him a painkiller so he can deal with the pain, which is
Yeah.
why when Batman, even though Batman is in a weakened state in this movie in the first half, when they fight,
Mhm.
Batman throws everything he has
Oh,
at him,
yeah.
and Bane's like, whatever,
Right.
because
Yeah.
he has the pain medication. But, in the movie, Bane is a smart guy, but when he blows that hole and you discover that, oh shit, he has access to Batman's toys.
Everything.
Because Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman's character, stores everything that Wayne Enterprises
Yeah.
was developing in this area, which is stuff that Batman uses. So
Mhm.
when he discovers that, you go, oh shit,
Right.
yeah, damn.
we're fucked. So I thought that was cool. I felt personally that what?
Just burn. No. It's okay.
I the movie wasn't as, it didn't flow as nicely as The Dark Knight, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's true.
It like, you have the Scarecrow as the judge dude, which was funny and okay, fine.
He had a nice little cameo in there. They didn't ruin it.
The biggest problem for me, Bane is such a big character, and I don't read comics, okay? I do not know a thing about the Batman comic. I just know the movies. So I don't know how about you guys are. I'm
I
guessing the
watched
same
a lot
thing.
of the Batman cartoons.
Well, yeah, the Batman animated series, but
Yeah.
we didn't read the
No.
comics.
Yeah, but even in those,
So-
Bane was a very
And we
intelligent
know
villain.
that.
Right.
So
But it was in
Bane is
the-
this big guy, big character. So in the movie, when at the end, he's about to the chick stabbed him,
Yeah.
stabbed Batman, and then Bane is basically saying, you're not gonna, I'm just gonna kill you right now, and he gets shot, and Bane is dead, and we never see him again. I was like, that's it. Bane's dead. He doesn't have like a last word or anything like. I thought that Bane's death in the movie was like too quick.
This bag is really fucking low.
Sorry.
You're under it.
You put it in the same spot.
I moved it away from your foot.
Okay. Do you agree that Bane's death was like, really? That's it?
It was really quick. I actually found it kind of funny just because you have Catwoman just
Yeah, I
goes
mean,
right
the
in there
scene
and
is she
blows
rolls
away.
in and she fucking blows him away with the
And it's really,
tumbler bat pod.
it's
bat
really
pipe.
only like 5-10 minutes from the ending, anyways. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I expected Batman to walk over to him, and Bane's like, "You don't understand." It's
kinda-
like final, like Joker had his final words with Batman.
Yeah, but Joker was still alive. He was going to be sent to prison. Even Two-Face kind of got a bit more of a very abrupt ending when he got thrown off the cliff, thrown off the building.
I didn't see what I wanted to as far as
the final fight,
right.
like it was cool
It
seeing
was too quick.
all the cops
Right.
go up against.
That was really cool.
like, you know,
How many other movies have you seen with that particular situation introduced?
like the final fight, the cops versus the prisoners.
Right.
Was okay. I mean, it could have
And
been.
it wasn't even, the thing about it, it wasn't even staged. They didn't have a plan on how to attack.
No, it was literally just
all
okay.
out rampage,
We're gonna
you
fucking
know.
run it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Braveheart style.
Right,
or,
it was
or
great.
Gladiator.
It was great.
I wish we saw a little more.
And it was more modern.
Yes.
You got police officers going up against crooks,
But I wish we saw
which
a little
you'd never
more.
see in real life.
True. But with Bane and Batman, I thought it would. I think it should have had a more solid ending. Like
Mhm.
like Batman, like after Bane gets shot, you know, Batman's obviously hurting because he's been stabbed.
Right.
You know, he's at the end of his like, okay, I'm fucked up here. But he should have walked over to Bane, and Bane should have been like with his last breath, like,
Right.
you know, I still win, or you'll never understand, something. And then he dies. But literally in the movie, it's he gets shot, right, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
you never see me. I thought that was kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I
Because he
thought
gets-
that was
Of course, he gets shot by like a small
like
artillery
50
cannon.
cal, like 250 cal rounds.
Yeah, he gets
Still,
like,
it's
just
Bane.
blows him across the room.
All right.
It is. I'd say it is.
Well, we
kinda-
got to jump to something
Yeah.
else because the whole
All right.
video is
Dark
gonna be taken
Knight.
up by Dark Knight.
Dark Knight was great. Dark
It was-
Knight
I thought it was
wasn't perfect. It wasn't as good as the previous film. Well, The Dark Knight Rises wasn't as good as The Dark Knight, in my opinion. I think it is you guys as well, but it was a good movie and a good finish to
I
a current
just
trilogy.
I really like that Heath Ledger. He
I actually really-
he brought something else to the table. That you didn't
Okay.
expect.
I really like Bane as a villain. He was.
I really like
Great.
Heath Ledger.
On the final note, Tom Hardy's digitally altered voice as Bane. You know, your punishment must be more severe. It was kind of sinister. It was kind of like, it wasn't like a Darth Vader-esque voice, and it wasn't like a funny voice. It was kind of
It was
normal with a mask,
Yeah.
and you can tell that he's intelligent the way he talks. But it was difficult to understand him. Not in every scene, but in some bits in the movie. And I know that they realized this after the first few screenings, so they went back and edited it. But
I
still.
have to say, as an avid pilot, the very beginning scenes of the movie were very entertaining. You can never really just all of a sudden imagine what happened at the beginning of the movie happening. It's such a
Except that the plane would never stay apart or stay together.
well, it
that
didn't.
long.
It didn't. It fell apart. And
The wings
the
ripped apart.
fuselage
The
was
fuselage
the part that,
would have fucking fallen apart way sooner.
fuselage, but it's okay.
We're drinking.
I know.
whatever.
Fuselage,
Speaking of
right?
which,
The
what's it?
fuselage. Okay.
Fuselage.
Right.
Fuselage.
You guys don't have any beer? Go get it while we're making that.
Not on video. But anyway, so I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was the greatest movie I've ever seen, but I felt, like I said, I felt very fulfilled.
That wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen, but
So,
definitely a worthy.
It was
ending.
good.
if you want a good movie, you guys should always, if you have the opportunity, check out Billy Does Dallas. Great flick.
Shut up! No one knows.
I
No
directed
one knows this.
And
A lot of people
It's
don't
a
find out.
don't even listen. It's a fake fucking movie. Okay, so
check it out on YouTube.
the next movie is
Hashtag Billy. And you know what?
The Avengers. Okay, one of the first movies
Awful
we saw.
movie. Awful movie. Awful.
2012, so May.
May?
God, it seems so long ago.
Yeah, that was around my birthday.
That was.
What can be said about this movie that hasn't already been said? I mean, the fucking movie was great. I mean, you had. First of all, let's start out with the build up to it, because we've been watching these, you know, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America for what, 4 years or so?
Right.
And at the end of every movie, they have the fucking little teaser. You know,
Yeah.
we want you to join the Avengers Initiative, and that's never been done before.
No.
You know, you watch movies where maybe it teases at like a sequel, but. And again, I'm not a comic book fan. I know you guys aren't either. So we don't have the comic book mentality of all the history and stuff. But as far as movies go, you know, I was fucking psyched. Like after watching all of these movies more than once and in theaters, like we saw Captain America at the Falmouth Cinema Pub,
Yep.
and I remember seeing Iron Man 2. So to sit down and finally watch Avengers, it was fucking great. I had so much fun, like especially seeing it opening night with a full audience, right? Especially when Tony Stark, you know, like he taps into the comm system when he first shows up as Iron Man and plays fucking Shoot to Thrill from AC/DC. That's fucking great. The movie itself was Joss Whedon, the way he filmed it, unlike Michael Bay, which I respect Michael Bay, but this movie had action, it had humor, it had a story that you cared about. I mean, this was
characters that you cared about.
correct.
Too.
This was one of the only movies that I've seen in a long time. I'm not going to say who it is because, God forbid, there's one person out there who hasn't seen the movie. But when a certain character gets killed, right? We all know who we were talking about?
Yeah.
Literally, when I saw the movie the first time, it happens right after a funny part. So it was like, haha, oh shit! Like literally, when that person gets blanked, I was like, oh shit, fuck! Like you care about this guy, or girl, or person, whatever. Spoiler. Fuck it! Spoiler alert.
Blew it.
What's his name? Phil. His name was Phil. When Phil fucking Agent Coulson, who's been in every fucking Avengers movie, basically.
He was not in Hulk.
Yeah, that's forgivable.
There were 2 Hulk movies. There was Hulk in 2003, and then
he wasn't in that one though.
There was the Incredible Hulk, which was the
Tony Stark did the
I
cameo.
forget who died. Just tell him already.
Carlson.
Was he the one with the sniper and the fucking?
No, he was the agent dude. He was the normal guy.
He was the guy who's everyone who always seems frustrated.
That's right. He fell down. He got shot.
Yeah. So you've seen him in these movies. So when he gets stabbed, like literally,
he stabbed or shot. Oh no,
he gets stabbed and he dies.
Right.
But when the knife, like when he was stabbed, literally the whole audience, including myself, was like, and that doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
Like, to be completely honest with you, that doesn't happen that often. I'm not saying I'm like desensitized.
But then Hulk had his way with that guy. So it was great.
Yeah.
He was a character you really
But
cared about.
you care about this guy, and when he gets stabbed, you're like, oh shit, no. And when he dies, and they have this whole bit where I guess you never got him to Captain America's like trading cards.
Yeah.
He wanted him to sign. Sam Jackson throws him. You're like literally watching the movie. I was like, Coulson's dead. All right, this is sad. Not many movies do that, but fuck you. But in general,
sad moment.
It was legitimately sad. But the Avengers, the last 45 minutes of the movie, which is basically the whole assault on New York, right? By the bad guys, is so well executed between story, action, showing all of the different Avengers, their skills and their traits, especially that one 20-second clip where it goes from Avenger to Avenger to Avenger, like showing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then of course, Hulk punches Thor at the very end. Like, it's kind of hard to do a review or overview about Avengers without touching on territory and information that people have already spoken about. So.
And then they have food at the end.
We stayed for the credits, and
awesome.
It was one of the funniest fucking things.
It was the greatest.
Obviously, we all know what it is. It's them going to a shawarma joint.
So I love it because they go through the main credits, and you have the little teaser for obviously the next Avengers movie to come out, and then you watch the rest of the credits, and it just ends with them in silence.
Which was filmed specifically for North American audiences, which is great.
Which we're not too sure.
We were second. The BBC, Europe got the Avengers before we did. Release date wise. Why? I have no idea. Like, I'm not against it. I don't hate the Europe or anything, but like, why would you release the Avengers in Europe before America? Obviously, there's money and all that shit, but like, seriously,
hype wise, because you get.
It's fine. I have nothing against it. It didn't hurt anything. But still
Build up or something, because Europe, it's always gonna you get like a. It's not like a big chunk of change that comes from Europe and all that. But once you hit the U.S.,
the fucking movie broke box office records. Shut up. Broke box office records. Shut up. So anyway, The Avengers, excellent movie in my opinion.
How about we rate some of these movies? We haven't rated any.
We kind of have. We talked about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like out of 10.
All right. What I was just about to talk about was The Avengers. In the end, was easily the best movie of the summer.
Hands
overall. Like
I don't.
I
can't agree.
What would be? Okay, I had fun with The Avengers.
I did.
It was an amazing experience seeing it with an audience.
All right, for two reasons.
It was everything that it lived up to its hype, right? More so than The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
It was honestly the most enjoyable movie I've really almost ever seen at the movies.
There's actually two reasons why I can't say it's the best movie I've ever seen.
No. We're not doing ever seen. Period.
I mean this summer.
Okay.
I've seen this summer. One, because it just isn't. It was a great movie. It had a lot of great parts. It was very entertaining. I felt like I spent my money wisely when I was done seeing it. One, I would be boring if I just agreed with you guys. Two, because it really isn't the greatest movie I've seen this summer. There's actually two other movies which tie. One's a comedy, one's serious. It's Ted. I love Ted. I cried. I laughed. I peed a little. Ted was so entertaining.
Stop talking to the fucking camera.
It was so good. And the other movie, 2016, Obama's America.
No.
You should see that movie.
That's not a summer movie.
If you're not sure,
Technically,
it technically is not.
If you're not sure how you feel about this guy,
only
seriously.
goes to.
Stop being political.
No, I know, but if you're not sure how you feel about this guy,
he does
see that
come
movie.
out in the summer.
You'll make your decision after that.
Planet of the Apes. That didn't come out this. Oh wait, yes, it did.
Wait, that was
August 19th. Planet of the Apes.
That was like last year.
Okay, that's a fucking take a step.
That was last year. But I will mention, I went into that movie kind of going.
I was a little
disappointed.
I'm
like, it was gonna be terrible, but it actually went out.
I'm like, I had to think.
But yeah, it was last summer.
I remember seeing it.
I remember it as.
I'm like,
last
when did
summer.
this come out? What the fuck? All right,
And
doesn't
then
count.
you remembered it came out this year, but it didn't.
Planet of the Apes was good. End of story. It's my stuff. Okay, all right. Prometheus. God.
Never saw it.
Prometheus.
Okay,
Never saw it.
all right. I think that, no offense to both of you, I am the biggest science fiction fan out of the three of us.
I grew up with science fiction.
No, but do you...
You have a Terminator dildo on your wall, of course.
Fuck you. Is your ribs for your flesh protected? Okay, alright. Prometheus. The way that this movie was marketed...
This is definitely a sex toy of some type.
That's the fucking T-1000. Put him away.
Hooks for your pleasure.
Hey, you know, he can form himself in any shape, guy.
That's alright, man. I'm not interested.
I imagine he'd be kind of uncomfortable.
Okay. Alien.
I can put this anywhere.
Well, he's already pointing at you.
I know, that's what I'm
It's like,
saying.
oh shit. Alright, seriously, come on.
Look, his head is for a
Come
guy,
on.
and his finger would be for
Come
a
on,
female.
be more serious.
Form.
Put it back.
Okay. Is that steel?
Put it back.
Okay.
The Alien series, right?
I saved it.
The Alien series, not counting Predator, but is one of the most endearing franchises in Hollywood history. So when they announced that they were going to be making Prometheus, like 3 years ago, I think I first heard about it, which was going to be
a lot of talk about making a prequel.
which was going to be a prequel. I was like, okay, let's see what they got. And then when Ridley Scott was announced as the director, I was like, holy shit, this is the guy that made the first Alien.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, if there's one guy that can do it, it's Ridley Scott. So I went into Prometheus probably more so.
That is way too difficult to put those back. They
Yeah,
were
I
both
know.
falling.
That's why I said put them back, because they're fucking difficult to put. Like, you fucking breathe on them wrong, and they
It's like
fall
fucking
over.
dominoes.
So, Ridley
Anyway.
Scott's directing it. I was like, fuck yeah. If there's one guy that can do it, he can do it himself. So, you were there. when we left Prometheus, I was literally I've never been more let down by a movie than Prometheus. I was angry when I saw Prometheus. Did you see it?
Nope.
No.
Never saw it.
Go figure.
Never wasted my money on it.
The movie's supposed to be a prequel, and according to Ridley Scott himself,
Wait. Prometheus or Total Recall? Which one were you let down by more? I'd say Total Recall.
Prometheus.
I'm gonna
Really?
go Total Recall.
Because
is the
I
biggest
saw-
letdown.
I saw in an interview with
Sorry.
I saw in an interview with Ridley Scott, and where he said this movie will literally answer questions from the Alien
and it did
series.
it.
No,
Oh.
It did raise more questions.
I
And-
already made a vlog about this fucking movie. How, like, okay, we figure out that there's this alien race that basically created us,
The engineers. As
the
they call them.
engineers, and we're gonna go and meet them. Huh? Who are we gonna?
Humans?
No, they're like big giant fucking dudes. They're not humans.
I know, but
They
they
look-
okay. So
They
so the-
they
so
basically created
They
us.
look
That's what I'm
like-
saying.
they
So
look
the
like
aliens
us.
created us.
Not the aliens that you
Oh,
know
the
from
big
Alien.
guys
The
created
big
us.
They're big,
white dudes.
big kind of
Why
almost
are they white?
pale,
Who the fuck cares?
translucent.
Maybe they're black.
interesting.
Who knows? But so
Racism.
who are we gonna send as
Where's
a team?
Reverend Al Sharpton?
Shut up. Who are we gonna send to seek our creators and talk to them? Huh? Let's send a couple scientists, a couple geologists, and that's it. No fucking military, just in case. No fucking representation
was
of
armed.
Earth. The
Billy, we're
One
all
guy was
armed. Each of us are born with 2 arms.
the movie visually,
Think.
That should be made illegal.
the
I
CGI.
have the right to bear arms, and I will.
Will you stop with that? We know. This is not a fucking political movie.
I know.
No,
I
we were
want
just
my-
making a
Just
joke
shut up.
about arms.
Billy knows what I'm talking about. Where the CGI, the visuals look amazing in this movie. I will give it
It
that.
is a very beautiful movie.
Correct.
to
And the
watch.
sound design and everything. But Prometheus just... the end of the movie, the last 30 minutes of the movie, I was like, really? Really?
I was actually
Wow,
kind of. I was
really?
almost. The point out that I hate most about the end of the movie was that wasn't the.
It wasn't the fucking-
moon. If the alien ship
People
had,
think that the movie, Prometheus, takes place on the same planet, which is, for all of us science
well,
fiction
technically
fans,
it takes place.
LV-426, which it's not.
It takes
It is
place
not
on,
the same fucking planet.
It's the same planet, but it's a different moon.
It's
like-
not.
It's the moon right next to.
LV-426 is a moon or a small planet.
There are two moons right next to each other orbiting the same planet. What would have made more sense is if, he had it's a what do you call it? Well, stop making fun of my hand movements. What would have made more? Oh, shut up!
I didn't say anything.
What would have made more sense is if the.
No, you know what would have made
No,
fucking sense?
what would have made more sense? I didn't get a chance because the idiot here is doing the Macarena.
You're the one doing German shit, so I figure
The fucking movie
I'm
has
saying-
one of the characters.
Let me finish.
Well, finish already.
Well, as soon as he stops acting
Go
like
faster.
an idiot.
Finish.
No, what would have made more sense is if at the end, after he got hit by the giant facehugger thing, is if he tried to leave.
I still haven't had
Carrie-
confirmation of that yet. Does that rape you, or what does it do?
Basically, it rapes you.
In the face.
Yes, it basically rapes you in the face. That's what a facehugger does.
Oh,
It
that sounds
rapes you in the
awful.
face and sticks an egg down into your gut. But would have made more sense if he had tried to leave, he didn't realize what this thing did to him, it chest burst inside of him, and he crash landed on the moon we know from Alien. That would have made more sense.
Careful.
Because that would have,
don't
connected
advertise.
everything. It would have shown that, okay, this is what created them. And obviously since every time a different species, like as we saw from Alien 3, every time one of these things gets hit by... as each species gets by the facehugger, it produces a different one. And then we do see that one of the humans does have one of the chest bursts come out. That could have become the alien queen
Okay,
that produced
okay,
the
we
eggs
get it.
in Alien.
Okay,
And
I'm not gonna
thus God created the sun.
okay. So no more on Prometheus, because if you want to know my opinion, look at the other vlog. But
To me,
The
it wasn't
movie-
the worst.
the
but it
movie
was-
let me down, story-wise and plot-wise. Again, it was visually stunning, but I literally, no bullshit, I left the theater just angry, like literally just like, what the fuck did I just watch? The TSA is gonna love this video.
The TSA, if they ever catch me, will never hear about
What are you,
this.
fucking the Joker? If they ever catch me. Okay, so
Why would-
Prometheus.
Let's talk about
Prometheus.
any particular. Let's talk
So,
about.
so Prometheus, end all be all, letdown, right?
I wouldn't call it a letdown. Total Recall was more of a letdown to me, just because
Well, to
I
you.
enjoyed the original, and
Okay.
the remake was.
It
kind of
wasn't
a piece of
what
shit.
we expected.
It wasn't what I
Okay,
expected.
good.
I do, but I do
Wasn't what we
love.
expected.
I do love sort of mystery movies, so
We'll save this
especially
one for
science
later.
fiction ones. So it was good.
Spider-Man.
I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I didn't see it in 3D. None of us saw it in
I
3D.
didn't see it.
You didn't see it at all.
Did I see
Fuck
it?
good. You go over there and drink or something.
What did I see it?
You might have saw it.
Spider-Man
Sorry.
this summer was good. I mean, it wasn't the best movie of the summer. You know, obviously it can't hold a candle to Avengers when it comes to the amount of money this
Yeah.
fucking thing
Who was the
made.
bad guy?
Dr. Croc.
Something.
The crocodile dude. The guy
Rock,
who...
I think, is from Batman.
Yeah.
I think. There's
What
there's
the
like
hell's his name?
there's two similar bad guys, I think.
He's like a goddamn encyclopedia of Marvel
I
Comics.
spend way too much time on Wikipedia.
Capcom, whatever the hell it is.
Alright.
Billy, funny fact, Billy actually found out how many aircraft carriers Russia has, and if they are for sale.
They had
One-
to. It's one now.
The other one was sold without an engine to China from the Ukraine.
That's what China needs, another aircraft. Anyway, Spider-Man, really quick.
Japan still got more.
Special effects were great. Story was great. The actors, I thought actually, the people who portrayed...
I did see that movie because it's not the same guy. It's not the.
it's not fucking Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire.
I thought Spider-Man was great.
I thought it was a great
I don't
Spider-Man.
think that it was necessary to reboot it this soon after Spider-Man 3, which the Sandman guy from Spider-Man 3, the guy that's made
Yeah.
of sand, again, not a comic book fan, was one of the more creative villains that I've ever seen since the T-1000 from Terminator 2, where, you know, being a sand guy, he can fucking, you know, morph in any shape. And so I thought it was kind of cool. Spider-Man, I thought it was a good movie. Actors were great, writing was great, Dennis Leary was funny. The chemistry and the relationship that Peter Parker has, what's her name? The chick, you know, his girlfriend was actually
Yeah.
really cool. There's no BS in the movie. He tells her flat out, "I'm Spider-Man." You know, I thought it was good. I wasn't let down. I wasn't disappointed. I had fun watching it.
It was also just a really enjoyable movie.
Yeah,
It
it's
was-
not forgettable, but it's also not like rememberable.
It wasn't the biggest,
No,
superhero movie. I mean, you had
and
it
its
was
release date was kind of shunted in between Avengers and Dark Knight. So
yeah,
it's
so
kinda,
it's kind of like that was kind of bad positioning because you're right in between the Avengers, which is the
I
big
thought that was a condom.
culmination of all the other previous movies, and then you had Dark Knight Rises, the end to the Christopher Nolan Batman series. So
Next.
yeah. So
Huge
it was
thing.
good.
two huge
it-
things,
it-
and
it-
this little one stuck in the middle.
Yeah, it was worth
It's definitely
seeing.
worth seeing.
Maybe not. What?
Who would ever come up with the idea of having Peter Parker, a boy, bitten by a radioactive spider?
Stanley.
Stanley.
He must have been stoned out of his
Probably.
gourd.
Have you-
The guy has more money than Bill
Okay,
Gates.
go
might
look
think
up.
so.
Go on Wikipedia. Go look up all the.
Speaking
Marvel
of
superheroes.
stoned, the next movie is
Stoned?
Ted.
Yeah!
This was kind of a not as big advertising.
It's a
and
Boston
hype-wise.
movie.
That's the thing. You know, Boston. You know, we all live on Cape Cod, basically. So Boston for us is huge. So to go see a movie that takes place at Fenway in
Yeah.
Boston and the South End is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted
We all know
was
it.
Actually took place near Fenway.
same thing. Back Bay, same
Well,
difference.
Boston's too close to Fenway.
It's fucking Massachusetts. Same
Yeah.
difference. I liked this movie. It kind of reminded me too much of not South Park. Family Guy.
Well, duh. Seth
yeah, I
MacFarlane
know,
wrote
but
it.
like Seth MacFarlane, I think should have done a different voice for Ted. Because all I could think of was fucking Peter.
But
They
it
mentioned
wasn't
that
Peter's
in the
voice
movie.
though. It was.
It wasn't, but like he should have done
It was
something.
Brian's voice.
Yeah, but he should have done something to his voice to make it sound a little bit
I
different.
think the voice worked.
It worked,
But it
I'm
wasn't
just
exact-
saying it
the thing
reminded
was,
me
it
of
wasn't exactly Brian's voice. It was like some sort of weird, little bit of a twang on it. It
Yeah,
it
there
did
was-
seem
There
like
was
Brian.
a there was a
little bit-
distinct difference.
It was way more Bostonian, way
Yeah.
more of an
That-
accent, way more.
It focused way more on the
Yeah.
Bostonian accent than, say, Peter from
It was a
Family Guy.
great movie.
It was funny, especially some of the jokes. Like,
Oh, so funny.
I'm like, I feel like I look like that fucking robot from Aliens. And I thought that was fucking funny. It was. I will be honest. It wasn't as drop dead funny as I thought it would be.
Oh, I thought it was great.
It was funny. Like I laughed a lot in that movie, but I thought it was gonna be
I
like.
peed.
Honestly, it was actually one of the funniest movies I've seen
Just a
in a
little
while.
It was, but it wasn't
Remember,
100% comedy. It had seriousness
last
to it.
second we got Curtis Prudence. We got him to come to the movie, right?
Yeah, it's because
And he never heard anything about it. Never heard any advertising about it or anything like that. And
Yeah,
I
he-
told you at the end of the movie, I looked at you and I said, "Great movie." And I said, "I just feel so giddy. I feel so fulfilled after after watching."
It was
and you felt
funny.
the same thing. You
Oh,
felt
I
good.
felt it was kind
And
of
so
like
did Curtis.
it was kind of like the way it almost felt like after Avengers and
Orgasmic.
Dark Knight
Right.
Rises, just so satisfied with this movie.
It's like
Only-
after a nut. It's just
Only
it's,
with each one of them, Avengers, I kind of felt very pumped
is that
after
your
it.
sister?
Dark Knight Rises, I was just kind of almost glued to this. Ted, I was just like, holy crap, that was the funniest thing I've I've seen in a while.
Ted was.
You didn't even say anything.
I don't know how you're breaking the internet.
I'm not. I haven't done anything, and the internet just cuts out. So, Ted was funny. It was the funniest movie of the year.
Oh, really?
It was. I'm just saying, it wasn't as like drop dead funny. Like every fucking thing was a
Okay.
huge joke
So
You
let's
can't
go back to
overdo
this.
it.
You said it was the funniest movie of the year, correct?
of the summer, the year.
You said
whatever,
the
that I've
year.
seen. Okay, I should rephrase. It was the funniest movie I saw
Earlier
this summer.
in this video and earlier in other videos, you've said Avengers was the best video of the summer.
Best movie overall.
That's what
It
I meant,
wasn't
movie.
the funniest movie. You're
Overall,
fucking
it was just
nitpicking. I'm saying, okay,
Yes.
fine. I'll fucking reiterate. Ted was
Right.
the best comedy movie that I saw this summer.
Okay.
I will say that it wasn't as drop dead funny as the trailer led it to be, but of course that's how it is these days. So
what
Ted,
about that Irish movie we saw?
The Departed.
Oh, this
Yeah,
year.
fucking pissed.
We saw. Well, you go. We'll hold
No,
it for it.
because we're gonna finish this. We have one movie left.
What was the
um,
movie?
I don't remember.
It was the Disney Pixar movie with the girl with the
Oh god,
Brave.
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 I did not
That was
see
a-
Brave.
that was
Yeah,
a-
we actually
You know
saw
what?
that. It
For a Pixar movie, that was actually a pretty decent movie.
was
That's
good.
I
actually-
only felt this gay after seeing it.
That's the
But other
only
than that-
Pixar movie I did not see in theaters.
That was great. I thought
It wasn't. It wasn't. I thought it was good. My only complaint is, I
Your
think
sister
it,
didn't come with us? She is.
my only complaint about that movie is I think it needed a bigger build up for a villain. The villain kind of just showed up.
was
out
a
of
bear,
Was the
nowhere.
villain the
dude.
bear?
It was a bear. It was
The
just
villain
a,
was
it's a
that's
bear,
it?
but I think it needed a little bit more.
Well, the mother was a bear too, so.
All right,
Oh, I know.
so
It just
the
needed-
last.
Well, I
I
can't
think-
give,
I think-
dude, I gave a spoiler. alert
I
after
think.
spoiler.
I think this is the
Sorry.
last movie. I think I'm missing one. From
What
my
is it?
ticket stubs. It's Battleship, which you
we're
saw at
missing
my house the other day.
Expendables.
Yes, I am missing Expendables. So okay, so first off, Expendables 2. What can you say about a movie that has Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, who else?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris,
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Like, I don't give a fuck how stupid or far-fetched the plot is to see all these dudes on the same screen at the same time. I don't give a fuck. It's fucking, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. It was better than the first movie. It had more violence, more action, more gunplay.
I don't know, dude. The first scene of the first movie was pretty fun.
Did you not see the first scene in the second movie where they fucking go in there with fucking trucks and a plane?
You get more
Did you not
violent
s-
with your words.
Did
when
you not?
you're-
It's
you're
Expendables.
tired.
Did you not see
You
it?
know, I saw the whole thing.
Both of them were like almost equally violent.
Is your shirt inside out?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a different shirt.
At
Exactly.
least it's not the Tremor shirt. Hey, is that a Tremor shirt? I wonder if
Anyway.
anyone who's been watching these videos is saying that.
There's a dude from
He's
Michigan
wearing
who
a
likes the
Tremor
shirt. Shut up.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I'm sorry for you.
Uh-huh.
It's cold. in
He's
Michigan.
sorry. Not right now. It's not.
The Great Lakes are beautiful, but it gets very,
So anyway,
very cold.
Expendables 2 was fun. I mean, it's
It was
literally
just pretty much a fun movie.
it's one of those movies where you just literally shut your brain off or have a few drinks
Oh, you're vibrating.
and just go in there and just have fun with it. I mean,
just watch shit get blown up.
yeah, it's the nostalgic feeling of seeing all these great 80s and 90s actors that we basically
Dude,
grew
it's
up
action
with.
Chuck
heroes.
Norris made a Chuck Norris joke in the movie, dude.
Arnold Schwarzenegger said, "I'm back" for the fucking billionth time in any
I know,
movie.
but how often do you hear that versus a Chuck Norris joke?
Chuck Norris wasn't in this movie as much as was advertised,
He had
True.
he only had 2 scenes.
which I found kind of.
But I was happy with whatever he was in there for.
Correct.
He was in there for enough for my taste.
He killed. He did fucking do his whole.
You know what?
I don't
he
kill
was
people
in there
thing.
enough. He was in there enough to make you want more, which is
Chuck
good.
Norris didn't
The
have
next
that.
movie
that's what
has
you
to have
want.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Anyway, so Expendables 2 was fun.
Great movie.
It,
I'd give it a honesty out of.
it was
the
exactly
type of
what I
movie it was and
expected.
everything. I'd give it an 8.8
Was it
out of 10.
was it an amazing movie? You know, Oscar
8.8 out of
No.
10. What would you give it?
7. It's really hard rating that movie.
I'd
I
actually
mean,
probably give it a 9.
what kind of
Wow.
scale? Personal or just in general?
That's what
up
I'm
there
saying.
with-
Overall.
Overall, you cannot give it a 9.
Okay.
I don't
7.
know.
I'm
I'd
giving it an
I'd
8.8.
give it a 9.
8.8.
I
Were you
really,
fucking
really
Olympic
enjoyed
judges?
No,
7.
no, I'm the German judge. I'd give it an 8.8
Scheiße.
just because it's more like you said, you gotta shut your brain off. You can't be like, oh, that'll never happen, and blah blah blah. And Chuck Norris is old, and no, you gotta, you have to just
Dude, Chuck Norris is fucking older than I
appreciate it
thought
for
he
what
was.
it is.
He's like 70 something.
I know.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
I know.
Wow, he's looking pretty good for 70.
Okay.
What was that?
I'm
It sounded
sorry.
like Jabba the Hutt died.
I've been up since fucking 7. Shut up. So the last movie I have on here, I think this is it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Is Battleship.
I thought it was Underwear Bandits.
A movie that a lot of people threw out the window before it was released. I mean, how
Right.
can you make a movie about a board game? I mean, so I had so much fun with this movie. I mean, again, Billy and I actually did a vlog the other day. Same thing about Battleship,
He was a little bit more sober.
probably. You saw Battleship at my house last week.
It was
So,
a great.
so after watching
you know
it, in general,
It was a great movie. You know what? I thought
it had a lot of funny moments.
it did.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like not like laugh out loud, ha
You
ha.
got
ha, but
Liam Neeson
like
in
a couple
it. You can throw
chuckles.
it is proven you can throw Liam Neeson into
Into
any movie and
It'll
make it a
end up-
good
it's-
movie.
To me, it's one of those movies where it's something that I've wanted to see for a while, which was unlike World War II, like
They
in
had
Korea,
the USS
Civil War.
Missouri in it, dude.
Well, no, but like the modern Navy, right, that we know of,
yeah.
goes up against aliens, but
Mm-hmm.
still, you see the modern military with all its technical skill and weapons. It gets its ass handed to them,
Yeah.
but we at least get to see them fight. You know, like it's not World War II where we know it's just gunplay and
Right.
torpedoes.
Right.
A lot of people don't like this movie for whatever reason.
It
which
took
is
me a while
fine.
to realize that they were shooting pegs at each other.
There's a lot of little in jokes in this movie that are just funny when you realize it. The special effects were great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing you can say about this movie. The special effects were fucking amazing.
Yeah, I thought they were great.
I mean, they bring back the Missouri World War II battleship to life, basically. I mean,
Yep.
you watch the movie. I've seen it numerous times. I'm going, that's CG.
That's an Iowa class, isn't it?
No, I'm saying, like, that's not real. That's fake. Okay.
No, I'm saying
That's
it's
fine.
the largest battleship we ever made.
No,
it's-
that we ever made it.
The class.
Yes.
It's an Iowa class. Right.
Yes.
To see that, even if it's a CG of the USS Missouri, it's phenomenal.
It's a fun
16-inch
movie.
guns.
I mean, you have your stereotypical Washington bureaucrats that don't know shit. They're like,
Right.
"Oh, just go do this." And
Right.
it's like, "Fuck you."
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You know, you have your people on the ships who are like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Right.
Like the enlisted dude. What's his name? I forget his name. He's like, "I didn't sign up for this shit. What the fuck is that?" Like, that's what people do in real life.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, you know. Anyway, Battleship. I thought I had more fun with it and was not let down, unlike Prometheus.
I actually went into this movie thinking it was going to be terrible because it was based off a board game. came out.
Do you have fun playing Battleship?
I love
I
playing
love.
Battleship.
Oh, I love playing.
I
like,
love that game. I used to have the electronic version of Battleship.
I
Yeah,
love
well, you
playing
can't cheat.
Battleship, but I just
Oh,
went in this
yeah.
movie thinking, this is gonna be a board game movie. Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. I'm just gonna go in here for the laughs.
Letter, number, fire.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty much. I thought it was pretty much gonna be that. I thought it was gonna be terrible, but I go in there and come out like, holy crap,
Destroyer.
that was
Okay.
that
I
was
do
amazing.
like,
They did it beautifully.
I like how Hopper, the main character, right, like the
Yeah.
immature dude in the beginning.
Yep.
I like how he evolves throughout the
Me
movie,
too.
where he starts off as
A schmuck, basically.
yeah, basically, and he, when his brother's killed, spoiler, oops,
Well, that's sad. That really
you're
is.
really gonna go out and rent the movie after watching this. He realizes that
Definitely
he
should,
can't fight the aliens head on. He has to stop, go rescue the survivors, and then think about it. I like how the character evolution is in this movie. I mean, it's not a bad movie, like legit. Like you can sit through Battleship and have fun with it, unlike a lot of movies that are out there.
If you can sit through the stupid
Obama
TV
administration.
shows, the stupid TV shows that are on TV. Let's talk about the Kardashians as well.
This
The,
movie is way better.
you
than
can
that.
sit
Battleship
through
is at a
Battleship.
higher level because it's actually written script rather than watching a bunch of people shout around like a bunch of freaking idiots.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, like seeing
Like us.
seeing
Hey, you're watching
the
us
Sea
yell at the
Whiz, like the modern military AA gun.
Oh, I thought that was taking a piss off.
That's
Ship
fucking cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
see.
the movie has its moments,
It's not
and I
sea,
thought
ship.
it was a
You know,
great
the
film.
ship at sea. It's not a sea.
So anyway, I think we're forgetting a couple of movies here, but whatever. It's fucking almost 3 o'clock
No,
in
no,
the
no,
morning.
no, no. Let's try to think of it real quick.
I honestly can't remember any
I can't
other.
think of anything else. I really
That's
can't.
I need to look at a list of movies
Yeah.
just to refresh
Well, if there's
my
anything
memory.
else, we'll figure it out.
I'm sure we will.
This is Beige Trickman 88 here with special guest.
I guess we'll call me G-Spot.
Wow. Okay. Do you G-spit on the floor like every once a month? Every
No,
year?
no,
Or
Bill.
Bill. Sober Bill?
I'm quite sober at the moment.
Gagnon.
Oh bullshit.
We call him Billy.
No, I'm feeling fine. I'm just kind of tired. It's been a
Summer
long
of
day.
2012 was probably the best summer or year, if you will, I can remember recently that, like, movie-wise, was just awesome. I mean, literally every week, or every now and then every other week, was a new movie that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
And looks like the rest of the year, even though it's not like every week we get like one of these movies, the rest of the year still actually turned out been pretty good for movies.
because we all know what movie Billy wants to see.
2 movies,
What is it?
Skyfall and The Hobbit. Been waiting 10
I
years.
thought it
for
was
the-
Christmas Story too.
Oh,
Fuck
hell
that movie!
Hell no.
You know what's funny though? We're gonna watch this years.
We're
from
gonna
now.
watch it. We're
No,
gonna
no,
watch
I'm talking
it.
about, we're gonna watch this years from now, and we're gonna see how much of a goofball we were.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
We're nitwits. We had fun in Boston
and,
today, by the way.
We did. We went. Oh yeah, Billy and I went and saw all 4 Indiana Jones movies back to back. So we were in the
Definitely
movie
worth
theater from 10 a.m. until 7:30, and
Thank God for those 15-minute breaks.
it was. It
I
wasn't.
can't believe you spent all day.
It wasn't
watching
tough
movies.
to watch them, but
It's-
by the time the 4th movie came around, which is the one that I saw in theaters a few years ago when it was released, it was like, oh, okay, you gotta sit through this movie. Great.
It
Yeah.
actually wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
It is
still-
nowhere near.
It is no
the other 3
It is
fucking
nowhere
movies.
near the other 3 movies, but there are a lot more sequels that are just even terrible.
Not
Even more
many.
terrible. I put the even more terrible being some of the Star Wars prequels.
I would rather sit through episode 1 than Crystal Skull.
I love episode.
I'm not kidding.
I love episode.
And
Sure.
those of you can go back and watch my vlog on why. I'm not going to get into it now, but no. Anyway, this video's gone on for almost an hour now, so everybody say bye.
Bye.
That was really gay. Okay, everybody have a good night.
Gute Nacht.
Shut up with that fucking German thing on shit.